all the leadership training that I had done through the years, which was quite vast, no one ever talked about my body as an instrument or to even like sensations. What? Like we've never talked about
Mm.
that. That was like deemed too woo woo. And so, I'm 52. Well, I'll be 52 soon. And it's taken me like, a lot of unlearning to maybe not unlearning, tuning in to
Mhm.
realize that my body does speak to me. And I just chalk that up to like, oh, you're kind of in my way. So could you talk us
Mhm.
through a little bit, Erica, like what are sensations, maybe like neurologically, what are they? And what would be some examples of them?
Sure. I talk about them being, and I didn't coin this phrase, but this is very much what we used in our schooling and graduate program, and which I don't know if I said, but I specifically went to graduate school for dance movement therapy and counseling.
Mm,
So it is in its own entity, right? Its own curriculum, its own field in itself. And I think what we used so often in that curriculum is this idea of a felt embodied sensation, or
okay.
this idea of like a felt sense. And that's really anything sensory that our body experiences. So maybe it's a twinge, a tingle, a wiggle, like a zap. It can
Mm.
be, a breeze, a sense of like cold over the body,
Oh, like
heat,
one of those like little shivers.
right,
Yeah.
chills. And so, something kind of like goosebumps, right? Like
Yep.
there's a physiological response there. It's the body taking in sensory information and in a way making sense of it. And then
Mm.
a lot of it is how the brain is reacting to it. It's coming into those emotion centers of the body, right? And so easily, so quickly, we want to make sense of it. We want to bring it into higher cognitive functioning. And that's not always accessible, or we can't make sense of it. You can't always make
Right.
sense of the felt sensation. Listening to it, right, is kind of that, oh, something's happening here. Sometimes it's something's telling me not to turn this way. Something's telling me to, stop at this green light instead of go, even though I
Right.
should go at green. And can we listen to those things, the urges, the primitive kind of instincts, if you will, a lot of things that we had to do for survival as infants, as babies. And then again, as these, higher cognitive structures come into place, we're really good at overriding them. Oh,
Mm.
yeah, I feel a little uncomfortable, or I don't know, this is a little compromising, but I'll just push through it.
Right. I'll
I'll just
push
get over
through.
it.
Right.
Right.
Don't
I
be
gotta
don't
meet
be
that
so
deadline.
silly. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I like to explain it, just because it doesn't have to be super scientific. It is, right? There's science behind it. But I
Yep.
think we just have to understand that what we feel is valid, and it's not just it doesn't just happen, right? There's
Right.
signs and signals letting us know that something's going on.